Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me here. And I'm Nuri Morava, representing DB Schenker today. So DB Schenker, as one of the world's leading logistics service provider, my focus, of course, is on use cases in the logistics industry, on the one hand. On the other hand, we are shareholders of, as mentioned, Volocopter. So I will also have a focus on this particular drone company, where we are shareholders and strategic partners. So let me start with a few words regarding Volocopter. We invested in this drone company from Germany a couple of years ago. So in 2020, we invested in the company. And Volocopter is based in the southwest of Germany. And actually, their product portfolio is quite interesting for us as DB Schenker. As you can see, they have, and actually that's how they started with the VoloCity, a passenger drone vehicle for up to 2 passengers. Then the Volodrone, cargo transportation for the logistics industry. And the next step, still in an earlier phase, is on the VoloRegion, a 4 to 5 seater vehicle for longer distances. And it is all covered and steered by VoloIQ. VoloIQ is the brain behind flight operations. So why is Volocopter relevant to us? Why is Volocopter interesting to us? Well, first of all, when we look into the logistics industry as DB Schenker, it all starts at the size of pallets. So packages is not the business where we are into it, at least in most of the countries globally. We are interested in heavy load, heavy duty packages. And therefore, we need quite a large drone, which the Volodrone actually provides. And if we look on some, I will deep dive into some technical specifications later on, but maybe just in a nutshell, what is interesting about this concept is it is fully electrically powered. It has the highest safety standards with all the safety standards also normal aircraft have to fulfill. And we have some environmental benefits here, not only due to the electric drive, but also in terms of emissions, noise emissions. This vehicle is really very quiet. And one more thing I want to mention about Volocopter as a company is that this is not only a concept. As you can see, when you look into many of large drones, there are a lot of concepts around, but this drone is flying, this drone has been flying, the VoloCity as a passenger vehicle as well as the Volodrone. So we are quite close here, and the target of the company is to achieve a type certificate for the passenger drone by next year in Europe. So, before showing you some technical specifications, maybe in an overview, you get quite a good feeling why the Volodrone hits actually at the right time for a company like DB Schenker. We have sustainable advantages due to the electric drive, due to low noise emissions. We see trends in urbanization, which are particularly relevant to the Volodrone. If you want to have supply chains for large cities in the future, and if you want to reduce lead times further, so same-day delivery, instant delivery in urban areas, the Volodrone, from our point of view, will play a big part here. I will refer to the use cases in a second. And of course, the technologies are evolving, which make this all happen. So today, we are quite restricted in the payload and in the distances. So referring to the payload, 200 kilogram is at the first stage will be realized, and distances of up to 40 kilometers. but these numbers strongly refer to the development in battery technology. And I think we are here quite in an early stage with battery technology. Once we evolve in the development, we will have longer ranges and higher payloads. And now I would like to deep dive into the use cases for cargo when it comes to pellets. And I would like to show you what we have already achieved together with Volocopter. So not only concepts, but really what we did together. So around 3 years ago, we did what we called static proof of concept. At this time, the Volodrone, this vehicle was not flying, but together with Volocopter, we tested all the ground operations with the drone. This is a crucial knowledge for Volocopter to have instructions and requirements of our industry. What do we as logistics service providers need to operate such a drone? When it comes to handling times, when it comes to material handling equipment that is relevant to load and unload such a drone. So all these requirements for handling a drone on ground was subject to our static POC. So we developed a blueprint for the ground handling, but of course, more interesting than ground handling is flying with the drone. And this is what we did. This is what we did 2 years ago. These are live pictures of the Volodrone. By the way, to get a feeling for the dimension, this drone has 200 kilogram payload, but the total weight are 800 kilogram, so quite a heavy drone in total, particularly due to the battery packages, and the diameter of the drone are 10 meters. So to get a feeling for the dimensions. And here in October 2021, we were flying publicly for the first time with the Volodrone. And more relevant than just showing that the drone is flying, by the way, all these videos are available on YouTube as well. So besides showing that the drone is flying, we also demonstrated a full supply chain here, a full delivery of goods. So I'm mentioning this because from our perspective, this vehicle is not used for last mile delivery. So this vehicle will not deliver your pizza or will not deliver your Amazon shipment. It's just too big. So what is way more probable is that this drone will, when it serves cities and supply chains, it will do the middle mile, or how we call it, the urban middle mile. So talking about middle mile means that there is still need of a last mile delivery. And this is what we tested here. You can see the loading and unloading of the drone, and we then put this pellet. The capacity of the drone is 1 pellet. We put this pellet afterwards in a cargo bike. So this might be really the supply chain for urban areas of the future, doing the first mile without any direct CO2 emissions with the drone, and doing the last mile then with electrified cargo bikes in urban areas. Okay, and I already talked about the urban middle mile, but I would like to present other use cases to you as well. So we see a certain development of use cases here, and speaking from a business, from a commercial point of view, the urban middle mile is very attractive. I already mentioned that instant delivery, same-day delivery, is something we all used to already, and I'm sure if you see the mega trend of e-commerce, this will increase. So people and businesses will get used to having to order goods online and to have them very soon, very quickly. This is a demand which will be there in the future, stronger, and which has already evolved. So how will you be able to actually do same-day delivery and instant delivery? As you can see today, you need fulfillment centers, and you need those fulfillment centers located in the cities. Otherwise, it's too tough to realize same-day delivery. So imagine in a large city, you have like this mini fulfillment centers all over the city to serve the instant delivery requirements. And space in city is very expensive. And this is exactly where the urban middle mile case is quite interesting. Now, with the Volodrone, we think you don't need several fulfillment centers in the city, but you just need a big hub outside the city, and then you can fly to certain destinations in cities to do distribution from the spaces where the Volodrone is. But as interesting as this case is from a commercial point of view, it is very challenging from a regulatory point of view. Flying into high-density urban areas is kind of a master discipline. So we don't estimate to see this case very soon. It will take a couple of years to get there. What we will see in between is more the cases on the right side: coastal logistics, mountain logistics, maritime logistics. So what is meant by this? Of course, if you have certain requirements given by nature, like the ocean, like mountains, and you have no infrastructure or very tough infrastructure here, then deliveries via drone are interesting. You know, I think it's important to mention that flying, even if you fly electrically, flying is always energy intensive, and thus flying is also kind of expensive. This means for big, bulky, heavy goods where there is no pressure on the lead times, there will be no flight vehicle involved. I think this is very clear. But we see certain use cases where it absolutely makes sense. So imagine you have a manufacturing hall place, and you have kind of ocean, seas, lake, or not a good infrastructure to the next logistic hub. For example, an airport. And today it takes you 1 day or more to get from this manufacturer to the airport. And if you now can reduce that time and you can produce longer to still catch your connecting flight for the cargo, then drone transportation becomes very interesting. And we have identified use cases here where we have this tough infrastructure in between, where we can save time with a significantly time with the Volodrone transportation, and where first customers say, yeah, we are also willing to pay an extra for drone transportation. The maritime logistic case is a bit different because it addresses use cases that there are already today. In front of harbors, in front of large harbors, you see that big vessels need a certain supply chain. For example, for goods like spare parts, for certain goods for the crew. And today there is a business where large vessels close to harbors get supplied by small speedboats or small boats from the harbor authorities. If you can change this to drone logistics, and the business case looks quite good here, then this is a very interesting case at all. I have to admit, this is not Schenker's home turf so far. There are other service providers out there, but from a Volocopter point of view, this is a very, very interesting case, and it looks like that the Volodrone first use cases will be deployed in this area. I would like to invite you to also submit any cases where you are interested in and where you have maybe the idea that large drones can do transportation, to get in contact with me. Unfortunately, I will not be around this evening since I have to leave again. However, by this email address, I'm very happy to get in contact with you. And if you have an idea for cases in the logistics where we should get in contact with, where we should make an offer, please reach out to me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a great evening. Have a great event. Thank you.
Thank you very much.